Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel if you are new. Hello, my name is V. I post nail tutorials every Thursday and Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications. For today's video, I'm bringing you guys a beginner basic video. I've talked about it in the past on how important it is to do your own nails. You can potentially be your biggest source of advertisement. If you think about it, everywhere you walk around, people see your hands. So what better way to advertise your work with doing your own hands? And I know a lot of us struggle doing your own nails. So I'm gonna be showing you all my tips and tricks that have helped me master to do my own nails using my non-dominant hand. If you guys are familiar with my videos, I am right-handed. So I'm gonna be showing you guys everything that I do to do my nails with my left hand. I hope you guys enjoy it. That being said, I know I've been MIA from the screen for a good minute, and I wanted to come back with a giveaway. So I'm gonna be doing a giveaway on today's video. I am doing 2 winners. So I'm gonna be sending 2 lucky winners a mystery box from Not Polish. If you guys missed it during all their holiday sales, it comes with amazing stuff. You're gonna get some liquid, you're gonna get some nail art stuff, some powders, some tips, all kinds of goodies. So I'm gonna be choosing 2 winners. So make sure you guys enter down below how to enter. All I'm gonna ask you guys to do is comment down below your Instagram handle. If you do not have an Instagram name, make sure you guys make an account because that's also a huge way of advertising your work. But if you don't have one, go ahead and just comment down below your name and you will automatically be entered. Good luck to all of you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the video, learn a ton. Now let's get right into it. Getting right into today's video, we are starting off with our prep. I am using my Kiara Sky e-file at about 4,000 RPMs. That's my comfortable speed for all of my prep work. Along with that, I have a mandrel bit and the Kiara Sky medium grit sanding band. These are super fine, so they're not gonna damage your nails at all. So I went ahead and buffed off the shine from my thumb, and I'm showing you how I lay my hand on something to make my hand nice and sturdy. Working with your non-dominant hand is really tricky, so you want to make sure you're being very careful, especially when using your e-file. So I do recommend to stabilize your hand with an object, with a jar of acrylic, with whatever you have near. So I'm just going gently around that cuticle area horizontally from side to side, and then I'm going vertically up and down. I feel like I have the best stabilization of that hand piece when I do it this way. So again, gently horizontally, and then I go vertically up and down, and I do continue to lift up my handpiece. You don't want to go over the nail back and forth without lifting your handpiece. I have a really in-depth video on how to e-file if you are struggling on that. I promise you guys, it is my version of how I do it. All my techniques are in that video, and I am pretty sure they will help you guys a ton. So definitely recommend it if you're struggling in that aspect. Now we're switching over to my needle bit. This one is from Amazon, and it is one of my favorite prep bits. I use it all the time on myself and my clients. So what this does is just gently removes that cuticle area that you might have missed from the thickness of that mandrel bit. Sometimes it's really hard to get in those hard to reach areas, so definitely suggest this one. You will be surprised about how much you can get out after you buff with your mandrel bit. So I'm just going gently across and then onto these sides. And then moving on to our next step, I am using my cuticle ball bit. This came with that needle bit from Amazon, and I'm going in gently around that cuticle area. I try to go in one direction only. I feel like specifically with this one, you do not want to go back and forth on your skin. It is very gentle, but if you apply too much pressure, you can cause kind of like a burning sensation. Again, my e-file stays at 4,000 RPMs throughout my entire prep process. Love these bits. Definitely recommend them if you guys are looking for some. Now, I do love my nails to be super short underneath my tips or my forms. And so I'm taking my peel and stick file from Tammy Taylor and I'm just filing them all the way down, making sure that I try to get it as down to my skin as possible. And I'm just going gently. I don't have a lot of length, but I did want to shape them out just a little bit and make sure they are as short as possible. I'm going to be applying my tips. These are the Not Polish extra long C curve tips. They are new to their website, so make sure you guys check them out. They are full sculpted, such a deep, beautiful C curve. If you guys are into that look, definitely recommend them. I've used them in my previous videos and I am obsessed. So I'm going ahead and applying that using my Young Nails brush on glue, and I'm just pressing it firmly into the free edge of my nail. I basically just place it right at the tip. You do not want a ton of that plastic stuck on your natural nail. You want it just to help you extend the length, but you do not want to cover your natural nail with that tip. And I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat that on the rest of the nails. You wanna firmly press it in to the nail. Make sure that it's nice and adhered before you let it go. And I'm just making sure that they are nice and straight as well. Once the glue is nice and dry and everything is perfectly adhered, I am going to be cutting these tips. For these specific tips, I am using my nail tip cutters. I know you guys see me use my craft scissors a ton in my videos for cutting off the tip of the nail, but because this tip has such a deep C curve, you want to make sure you use your tip cutter so you don't bend it or make the tip look gross. So you want to make sure you are using these for this step. So I go ahead and compare to my hand that is already done, and then I'm just kind of eyeballing it and trimming them, and then I compare one more time and then trim a little bit more if necessary. And always remember to put the blade away from your nail, especially if you're doing it on clients. You want to make sure that the blade is away from the client's nail. Just comparing that length, and then I go ahead and trim it, compare it one more time, and then trim it a little bit more if needed. Now, I have been loving the super square look, and these tips are bomb for that. However, they are a little wide, so I'm making sure that I'm filing them on the sides just slightly. And then I'm making sure that the underneath is nice and straight and parallel with my natural nail. Sometimes it can hang down just slightly, so I go ahead and use my file and I put it flat underneath it and then just file it gently and it'll straighten it out. So that's basically what I'm doing, and then I'm squaring off the tip because whenever you cut them, sometimes it can be a little bit crooked or a little rounded, so you want to make sure that you get your shape nice and good since the beginning so you don't have to do too much filing at the end. And I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the rest of the nails. Now, one thing I always recommend is try to blend that tip to the natural nail. This helps with a smoother application process so you don't have no ridges or anything like that that you need to infill or add more product on. So I'm taking my Kiara Sky e-file and I have it at about 4,000 to 5,000 RPMs, and I'm just gently filing that tip, making sure that I'm buffing it into perfect smoothness against my natural nail. And I don't know what happened to the rest of that footage, but I apparently skipped to the pinky. But you guys kind of get the point. Just do it very, very gently. Oh, the glue was still drying, so I went back afterward. I remember now. Once I'm all done, I'm taking a lint-free wipe and some swipe and cleaning the surface of the nail. This removes any excess dust that you might have and removes oils from the natural nail, which will help with the application adhering to your nail properly. Now I'm moving on to priming my nails. I am using the Xxxl Bond from Not Polish, and I'm going to be adding 2 coats of that. So I'm just dipping it in my bottle, adding a thin layer of that onto my natural nail only, and then repeating that on the nails for a second coat. I feel like 2 coats always ensures that your nails are gonna stay on very well. So that's why I like using 2 coats. Now moving on to the acrylic application, I'm showing you in full how I do it only on my thumb, and then I'm going to be cutting out some pieces on the rest of the footage just because we would probably be here for a good hour if I didn't do that. So I am going to be taking my right hand, dipping my brush into my monomer, grabbing my bead with my right hand, and then switching it over to my left hand and applying it with my left hand. So as you can see, I'm grabbing all the product with my right, then switching it to my left, and then I start applying it. So I basically am just doing my normal application. I go 1 bead right in the middle section, blend it down, and then I work my way up. So with my thumb specifically, I can't really turn it around to do the tip and blend it up towards the middle section. So I work my way all the way down, if that makes sense. So as you can see, I'm placing the bead on the tip, and I'm applying it where I would typically blend it, and then I start blending down. And when I need another bead, which I do need another bead, I'm picking that up and applying that where I need more product laid, and I blend it down. So I'm not really blending up at any point on this specific nail, and then I'm just blending it down, adding more product as I need. And I'm going to be applying just a little bit more in that area because I felt like I needed a little bit more thickness. Now I know a lot of people will claim like you should only do 1 ball method or 3 ball methods, like anything other than that is not okay. I honestly sometimes will use like 8 beads and I think as long as you get your application good, that shouldn't matter. So always make sure that you're not limiting yourself to a specific amount of beads because that is not necessary at all. So I'm going ahead and applying the last bead in the cuticle area. And as you can see, I went ahead and moved my thumb in the downward position so that the product flowed down and not into the cuticle area. Now moving on to the rest of the nails, I am using that same object of my choice to stabilize my hand. I suggest you guys definitely do this whether it's your tabletop or any product that you want to use. As mentioned earlier in the video, this is kind of important specifically when you're doing your nails with your non-dominant hand. It helps tremendously because you do need that stabilization that you cannot get when doing your nails this way. So make sure you guys try that, and I feel like that will definitely help. So again, I'm adding the first bead in the middle section, working my way downward, adding product as I need, and I'm just trying to get it as smooth as possible. It is kind of hard. This is 4 going on 5 years worth of practice, so you guys also have to take that in mind. My nails did not come out this nice when I first started, so do not give up, keep practicing, and you will get there. I'm adding a bead on the natural nail, blending it downward. This is where your apex typically goes. I don't do my nails too thick because I change them so often, but I am adding a little bit of thickness here in that area as I want to make sure that the nails look nice. Specifically with these tips, you do have to add a little bit more product just so that it fills them nicely. Last bead goes in the cuticle area, and you can see me move my hand off of that object that I'm stabilizing my hand, because I want to make sure that I have the space to put my finger in the downward position. And as you can see, it helps nicely. The product typically does flow down, but because I wasn't able to fully put it downward, just when you're working on yourself, it's kind of hard to do that and still see what you're doing, especially because I'm filming it. The angle that I'm at, it's kind of hard to do all of that at once. Middle section goes the first bead. It is a medium-sized bead of acrylic. If you are familiar with my liquid to powder ratio, that's what I'm referring to. Nicely blending it down, and then I continue to add my product. So products always matter. I love not polish. I feel like it's definitely beginner friendly, so definitely recommend invest in some good products. It's gonna make your life easier. Your application game is gonna be so much better. Not Polish offers a beginner starter kit, and it's definitely more affordable than you would think, so make sure you guys check that out. It comes with everything that you need to start doing nails, and it's at a very good price, so definitely recommend you guys check that out and use my discount code to save a little bit of money. Another thing is, like I said, you want to make sure you are stabilizing your hand on whatever product. I keep saying this because this definitely has helped me so much, and I feel like if you don't do this already and you start doing this, you are going to notice a difference. Now, if you can freehand it without stabilizing your hand on anything, more power to you, because I've always sucked whenever I do that. So good job in that aspect. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to apply my acrylic. I will turn my hand around to look at them from a different angle and to get a little bit more access around that cuticle area specifically. So you'll see me doing that throughout, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of this. Once I'm done with my acrylic application, I tap the nails to make sure that it makes that nice tapping sound, which ensures that they are nice and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and start my filing process. I love hand filing my own nails. You get the best results with your hand file because you get way better movement than with your e-file. I have yet to become a pro e-filing with my non-dominant hand, so I love using my hand file. I'm using my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file once again, and I start by filing the sides, and then I go over top of that surface, and I do my hand filing very, very quickly. I'm assisting my filing process with my right hand. I get better motion and I'm a lot quicker with my right hand. So I try to hold the file as steady as possible, and I basically file my nails using my right hand. So I don't know if you guys can kind of tell in the video, but I'm just pressing the file into my nail and I move my right hand. And there are some instances where I actually use my left hand to file, but for the most part, I'm using my right hand, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. If you are struggling with filing, definitely use your right hand to stabilize it, or vice versa. If you are left-handed, use your other hand. I'm gonna go ahead and continue that. Again, filing the sides first to make sure that the sides are nice and tight. And then I go vertically up and down the length of the nail. I get such a good shape, I feel like, with my hand file. So definitely recommend it. Now I am switching over to my e-file to file my cuticles. I prefer this method just because I do have a little bit more control of my e-file just around the cuticle. It's a very small space, so I do not have any issues doing that. I'm just going very, very gently, filing that cuticle, making sure that it is nice and flush to my natural nail. You want to make sure that you're filing it very gently. You don't want to remove bulk product. You just want to make sure that it is nice and smooth. I have my e-file at about 8,000 RPMs. Again, stabilizing my hand on that object and then going around the cuticle very, very gently. And I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that on the rest of the nails. Now for our final filing step, I am using my buffer from Profiles Backstage, and I am just buffing away, again trying to hold that buffer very steady while filing with my right hand. I just basically move it up and down the length of the nail, and it buffs it into nice smooth perfection in prep for our nail art. Now I am using a lint-free wipe and some swipe and cleaning the surface of the nail. You can absolutely wash your hands, but I prefer this as I feel like it's a lot quicker and it gets all those oils removed and all of that gunk. Now we are moving on to our nail art. For this step, I am using my go-to nail art brush from Amazon. Along with that, I'm using the red gel paint from Profiles Backstage. It's from their Frosting Gel Paint. Absolutely love, love, love this gel paint. I've been using it nonstop since I purchased them. So I'm going ahead again, dipping it into my little jar with my right hand, switching over to my left hand, and then I continue to apply that product. We are going to be matching these nails to my left hand that I previously showed in another video, and I'll leave that linked if you guys are interested in watching that process. So I changed it up a little bit and I opted for a slanted line across the nail, and then we're gonna do hearts on the ring finger instead of the lips. So again, I do one long line slanted from my top middle section down to the tip, and then I just infill it. It's a pretty smooth process, and I just love these little touches of color. I feel like it really makes it pop. I did mess up a little bit on this one, as you can see. I tried doing a straight line and it didn't come out straight, but I'm gonna be showing you exactly how I cleaned it up. So I'm just going ahead and infilling the rest of that area. I'm taking my 3D nail art brush from Profiles Backstage. I'm using that to clean. I did add a little bit of swipe onto that brush, and then I'm just wiping away. And ta-da, nice and clean. You would never know that I messed up. Now I did go ahead and place that into the light. You want to make sure you cure your gel nail art before you go in with your top coat. I'm going in with Matte It from Not Polish, applying that onto the surface of all my nails. I want to make sure they are nice and prepped for the rest of the nail art. So I'm going ahead and adding a thin layer of that, and then I'm going to be placing it in the light once again for a full minute. Do not think that I'm just making it magic and it dries instantly. I feel like I need to start adding that into my videos because I know it causes a little bit of confusion, but if you guys hear the audio, you will note that I let you guys know whenever I'm curing it in the light. Once we're out of the light and everything is nice and dry, my nails are nice and matte now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the ring finger. We're gonna be doing different sizes of hearts. They are going to be upside down, some straight, some slanted, some bigger than others. Some sides are gonna be smaller than the other side. We're gonna do all kinds of different hearts. So I started off with the first one, and I'm just doing one side first. This kind of helps me figure out where I'm gonna be placing the other side. So I kind of look at the nail and make sure that it looks fine, and then you want to do the other side. So this is basically pretty easy. The heart consists of like 2 connected teardrops, so if you can draw a teardrop, you should be good to go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and flip my hand around. I like to make sure that I'm getting everything as perfect as possible, especially because I'm doing it with my non-dominant hand. You want to be able to access every corner of the nail. So do not limit yourself to holding your hand in one position. You'll continue to see me move it throughout the video, whether I hold it up, I lay it onto the object, or I just lay it on the palm of my hand. You're gonna see me do that throughout the video, and I feel like that's a really important step when doing your own nail art as well. Once I'm done drawing my hearts, while it's still wet, I'm going to sprinkle on some of that glitter that I used on my other hand as well. This is a sugaring glitter from Not Polish. Everything is linked in the description box, so if you guys want to purchase this as well. It's a really pretty iridescent glitter. I went ahead and sprinkled that on there, placed it in the light for a full minute. Now I am adding my cuticle oil. This is from Profiles Backstage. It smells so good. That's the color that I like. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys check that out as well. I'm just rubbing that into my cuticles. It melts in there and it doesn't leave an oily cast at all, which I absolutely appreciate. That basically concludes today's video. I hope it helped you guys a ton. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Just comment down below your name and you will automatically be entered. Good luck. Good luck to all of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, learn a ton. Now let's get right into it.